meeting to order for October 22nd at 6:32. And we'll go ahead and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If I could please ask for a roll call. Present.
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 Trustee Jaffer.
Present.
Trustee Braybeck.
Present.
Trustee Mills. Madam Supervisor, you have 6 members present.
Thank you. We do have a quorum, and I will go ahead and ask for the approval of the agenda.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the agenda for October 22nd, 2025.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, agenda is approved as presented. I will now open up the floor for public comment. Any person may come forward at this time to address the board. Anyone who wishes to speak is requested but not required to state his or her name and address for the record. Do we have anyone who'd like to come up and speak? Oh, you faked me out for a minute there. All right, thank you. I'm glad you guys could all make it. I do feel this is going to be a little bit of a short meeting, so that's good or bad for you, I'm not sure. We do have a lengthier meeting in November if you care to come back, but we're happy to have you here tonight. All right, if I could go on and ask for an approval of the minutes, please.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the minutes of the regular meeting held on October 8th, 2025.
Support.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, minutes are approved as presented. Okay, we do not have any public hearings. There is no communication today. If I could ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda, please.
Madam Chair, I move to consent agenda 7.1 to 7.6.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, there are no department reports or updates. Moving on to new business, may I have a motion for 9.1?
Madam Chair, I move to adopt the resolution for the fiscal year 2026 Pittsfield Charter Township budget, Resolution 25-25.
Support.
Okay, any discussion on this? We do have our Director of Finance here in the audience, if anyone has any questions.
We discussed this quite
I know,
extensively
that's why I do feel bad that we have
no
discussed
question.
the items that we have on the agenda tonight are things we've discussed quite extensively in the past. So, all right, if I could go ahead and ask for a roll call?
Supervisor Riley?
Yes.
Clerk Anzaldi?
Yes.
Treasurer Eppikin?
Yes.
Trustee Thompson?
Yes.
Trustee Jaffer?
Yes.
Trustee Braybeck?
Yes.
Madam Supervisor, you have 6 yeas.
Thank you. All right, resolution is passed, and if I could ask for a motion for 9.2, please.
Madam Chair, I move to adopt a resolution to amend the 2025 General Fund and the 2025 Public Safety Fund budgets, Resolution 25-24.
Support.
Okay, any discussion? Again, our director is here. All right, I'll ask for a roll call on this one again.
Clerk Anzaldi?
Yes.
Treasurer Eppikin?
Yes.
Trustee Thompson?
Yes.
Trustee Jaffer?
Yes.
Trustee Braybeck?
Yes.
Supervisor Riley?
Yes.
Madam Supervisor, you have 6 yeas.
All right, resolution passes. If I could ask for a motion for 9.3, please.
Madam Chair, I move to adopt a resolution to reappointments to township boards, committees, and commissioners. Resolution number 25-22.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on this one? All right, roll call again.
Treasurer Eppikin?
Yes.
Trustee Thompson?
Yes.
Trustee Jaffer?
Yes.
Trustee Braybeck?
Yes.
Madam Supervisor?
Yes.
Clerk Anzaldi?
Yes.
You have 6 yeas.
All right, thank you. Resolution passes on that one as well. All right, if I could ask for a motion for 9.4.
Madam Chair, I move to adopt a resolution regarding the conditions at the Women's Huron Valley Correctional Facility, Resolution 25-23.
Support.
All right, so this one I do want to make sure that we talk about. After our discussion, we had a advocate for the prison and the mold condition. I did attend with our public safety. We went to a community liaison meeting, met with the warden. The treasurer, and the clerk and I will all be taking a tour of the facility and working closely with the warden. We will be making sure that we do keep close contact and continue the liaison communication back and forth. This is a facility that is in our community. It employs a lot of people. Our public safety is back and forth quite often. As we've discussed in the last meeting, or the meeting before that perhaps, residents there need to be safe. So we will keep on it. We do not have a jurisdiction. It is the state that does have that jurisdiction, but anything we can do to make sure that we advocate for safety, we will continue to do that, and that's what this resolution is for. Any other comments on that? All right, then I will ask for a roll call again.
Trustee Urta Thompson.
Yes.
Trustee Jaffer.
Yes.
Trustee Graybeck.
Yes.
Supervisor Riley.
Yes,
Clerk Gonzalez.
Yes.
Treasurer Epperton.
Yes.
We have 6 yeas.
thank you. All right, if I could ask, resolution passes. If I could ask for a motion for 9.5, please?
Madam Chair, move to authorize the supervisor and clerk to enter into an agreement with Riemann Robeson LLC for the consultation services at a cost not to exceed $5,000, subject to the township attorney approval.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on this one? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes. If I can ask for a motion for 9.6, please?
Madam Chair, I move to receive and file the Compensation Commission salary determination memo.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on this one? We do have our Director of HR here this evening. Do you have any questions? All right, then we'll go ahead and ask for a motion to file and receive. Receive and file. Oh, never mind. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, opposed? All right, we'll go ahead and receive and file. Sorry, I should have said that in the beginning. All right, if I catch a motion for 9.7, please?
Madam Chair, I move to accept the Compensation Commission determination of salaries for the supervisor, clerk, and treasurer. Compensation Commission Resolution 25-01.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Again, our Director of HR is here. Answer any questions. The Compensation Commission met with our attorney present and our HR person, and this is what they came up with their independent research. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. If I can ask for a motion for 9.8.
Madam Chair, I move to adopt the Compensation Commission determination of salaries for township trustees. Compensation Commission Resolution 25-02.
Support.
Okay, any discussion? Again, same thing applies as what I just said earlier. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. May I please have a motion for 9.9?
Madam Chair, I move to adopt the Compensation Commission determination for park commissioners and accept the recommendations to increase the park commissioners' stipend. Compensation Commission Resolution 25-03.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. May I ask for a motion for 9.10, please?
Madam Chair, I move to authorize the purchase of one Ford Explorer from Wade Ford for the Police Department with upfitting by Priority 1 Emergency at a cost not to exceed $69,695.62.
Support.
Okay, any discussion on this? We do have our Director of Public Safety here this evening to answer any questions. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. May I please have a motion for 9.11?
Madam Chair, move to authorize the supervisor to sign the proposal with Randall J. Sizek Architect LLC for the construction plan development for the restrooms and multipurpose room facilities located at 701 West Ellsworth Road at a cost not to exceed $15,975, subject to the township attorney approval.
Support.
Okay, discussion on this one. This is actually the beginning of us using our money from the county senior millage. So with the senior millage passing, we are going to receive $200,000 every year for 8 years, and that money will be going right towards the seniors. And we worked with our senior staff over at 701 West Ellsworth to see where this money could be used to make sure that we are meeting the seniors' needs. And the first place they wanted to start was with bathrooms, to make sure they're ADA compliant, and a larger activity room. So the plans are starting for that, and we do have our capital improvement person here this evening if you have any questions on it, but this is kind of the plans to get that started and get it going.
I would just like to comment that I really appreciate a lot Washtenaw County, and their effort to get this millage and them passing this millage monies down to the locals where it really can affect the seniors that live in our area. And because our senior center is located near Ann Arbor, we also serve a large portion of the Ann Arbor community. So many thanks to them.
Yeah, and they've even sent an email this week talking about how some of that money will be going towards transportation for 60, residents 60 and older as well, free transportation in the township, so that's great. All right, any more discussion on this one? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. May I please have a motion for 9.12?
Madam Chair, I move to authorize the supervisor and clerk to sign the administrative settlement and the non-motorized path easement with Ann Arbor Business Park LLC for the State Street non-motorized pathway project for amount of $95,937.50 relating to 5400 South State Street, subject to the Township Attorney approval.
Support.
Okay, any discussion on this one? The next few are going to be kind of the same, just on different properties. I know we've talked about this before in the past. State Road, we're currently working on our updated environmental assessment. This is part of the getting the easements along that way to make sure that when we widen that road, hopefully in the plan for the future, and have the pathways, non-motorized pathways, this is sort of just one step in that process. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes. May I please ask for a motion for 9.13?
Madam Chair, I move to authorize the supervisor and clerk to sign the administrative settlement and the non-motorized path easement with Lawrence Properties and Investments LLC for the State Road non-motorized pathway project in the amount of $4,000 relating to 501 Avis Drive, subject to the Township Attorney approval.
Support.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. May I please have a motion for 9.14?
Madam Chair, I move to authorize the supervisor and clerk to sign a non-motorized path easement with 5600 South State Street LLC and the State Road non-motorized pathway project in the amount of $1,200 relating to 5600 State Street, subject to the Township Attorney approval.
Support.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. May I please have a motion for 9.16?
Madam Chair, I move to authorize the supervisor and clerk to sign a non-motorized path easement with Ube Machinery Sales Incorporated to establish an easement for the State Road non-motorized pathway project in the amount of $47,500 relating to 5700 State Street, subject to the Township Attorney approval.
Okay. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. May I please have a motion for 9.16?
Madam Chair, I move to adopt a resolution to approve placement of the street lighting special assessment district in 2025 on the 2025 tax roll, Resolution 25-26.
Support.
Okay, any discussion on this one? Yep.
I would just like to say a few
Yes.
comments, because this is the first time
Yes.
some people are seeing this. This happens every year in probably October or November, where we have placed a lot of streetlights in the township. The property owners are assessed for the electricity bill, and when we get the bill in August, that is divvied up as we are required to do, and put on the taxes of the people in those subdivisions or in that street lighting district. So it's many pages. I know, it makes the packet very large, but it happens every year, and we'll see it again next year. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That's a great explanation. All right, I guess for a roll call for that?
Trustee Jeffers.
Yes.
Trustee Braybeck.
Yes.
Supervisor Riley.
Yes.
Clerk Hanseldi.
Yes.
Treasurer Epikins.
Yes.
Trustee Urda Thompson.
Yes.
Madam Supervisor, you have 6 yeas.
All right, thank you. Resolution is passed. If moving on to unfinished business, may I ask for a motion for 10.1, please?
Madam Chair, I move to adopt at second reading ZOA 25-232, an ordinance to amend the commercial portion of Inglewood Park West PUD eastern portion of the development located on Lavender Lane between South State Street and Avis Drive, parcel number L12-21-300-010 in Section 21, Pittsfield Charter Township, Washtenaw County, Michigan.
Support.
Okay, any discussion on this one? I know that we did have a discussion on this last time, and we had our planner talk about it, and we had a resident with some concerns that were addressed, so. All right, voice call?
Trustee Graybeck?
Yes.
Supervisor Riley?
Yes.
Clerk Gonzalez?
Yes.
Treasurer Eppikin?
Yes.
Trustee Urta Thompson?
Yes.
Trustee Jafford?
Yes.
Madam Supervisor, you have 6 yeas.
All right, thank you. That is adopted. All right, moving on to liaison and trustee reports. Does anyone have a, yes? Thank you.
We had a planning commission meeting October 9, 2025. I have a summary of the action which we have been taking this meeting. The planning commissioners held a public hearing for RZ 2503 located 5801 South State Street rezoning. The planning commission voted to direct staff to draft the necessary resolution of denial of rezoning for RZ 25-035801 South State Street. And then we have discussion with held a draft short-term rental ordinance. Then we have discussion was held on draft data centers ordinance. The next meeting is going to be 23rd, and I believe it's going to be canceled.
Yes, yep, it'll be canceled. I think it sounds it's going to be a public hearing on the short-term rental ordinance, and there needs to be time to be able to get the notices out so people can attend that.
Yes.
I believe, from what I'm being told, is that the Planning Commission is very close on getting the short-term rentals buttoned up, and then it'll come before this. And I think I appreciate all your work on that.
Thank you.
It's been
Yes, we
quite a
are.
back and forth with a lot of resident input. There's definitely some neighborhoods that are affected more than others. So that and the beginning of the, looking at the data center
Data center,
ordinances.
Correct.
And I think that will be buttoned up as well, as we know that there is quite a few data centers that are popping up around us, and we need to just make sure that we have ourselves buttoned up and ready to go, and I appreciate all the work you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
I would just like to mention that we are less than 2 weeks out from the election, and everything is rolling along. The election is for WISD, it is a millage, and we are receiving ballots back. Of course, turnout, I do believe, is going to be slow. We do not have early voting, early tabulating, but we do have absentee ballots, so you can tell your friends, or if you're 18 years or older, you can register at the clerk's office, or you can register at the clerk's office and get an absentee ballot or vote on election day. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
you can mention the last date of registration.
You can register same day on election, all the way up through election day, but the caveat is you must go to the clerk's office to have your residency verified.
Which is here, down the hall.
Which is
Yeah.
just down the hall.
Yeah, and then also, I just wanted to give a shout out to Deputy Allmacker and the Community Development Team. On Sunday, we did a safe and sound audit on Carpenter Road. We walked out there, it was rainy, and it was good to have that kind of weather, because that's what people have to do, go up and down that corridor. But we had public safety there and many different areas, and public input from our partners. It was very helpful. We also are utilizing our grant that we received from SEMCOG and the Road Commission, where they are doing an independent audit of that same roadway. So between our findings, there's some community groups that have also given us their findings, the police reports from the past. The independent auditors walked that corridor last week, and on October 30th, we're going to have a meeting and get some feedback to see some outside-the-box ways that we can make that corridor safer. We lost 2 lives just this year, and there have been many things over the years, including streetlights and medians and other ways and crosswalks, but we're still losing lives, so we won't give up until we get get there. So just want to make sure, let you know that I appreciate the work that our staff did on that. All right, any other liaison reports? All right. At this point, I will go ahead and open it up for public comment two. Again, any person may come forward at this time to address the board. Anyone who wishes to speak is requested but not required to state his or her name and address for the record. All right. Seeing none, I will go ahead and ask for a motion to adjourn.
Madam Chair, I move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, meeting is adjourned at 6:53. Thank you all for attending.